Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We begin in the name of Almighty Allah, the most magnificent, the ever merciful. We glorify Him, we praise Him, and of course we elevate His name as He ought to be elevated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again I extend to you the eternal and of course the universal salutation of peace. A most pleasant good evening going out to one and all on this beautiful Wednesday evening. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Ghani, here in your company on this the 7th day of fasting here in Trinidad and Tobago during the holy month of Ramadan for the year 2026 according to the Islamic calendar for the year 1447. So very quickly we are now coming to the end of the 7th day. As a matter of fact, we are now coming to the end of the first week of the month of Ramadan. 1 week already gone by. Gosh, when you think about it, the time is going by so very quickly. Well, the time for the breaking of the fast this evening is 6:19 p.m. and the time to stop eating tomorrow morning is 5:07 a.m. So as we are now coming near towards the end of the 7th day of fasting here in Trinidad and Tobago, of course, allow me now to take the opportunity to officially welcome you live on air, live on the internet, live across our social feeds as well for another segment of Iftaar with the Imam 2026. As always, I must add, it's indeed an absolute honor and of course a personal pleasure to be in your company once again as we bring to you another segment of Iftaar with the Imam right here on 103.1 FM, special Ramadan programming throughout the course of the month of Ramadan. Well, on the program this evening, I'll be talking about the idea that in order to move up in life, sometimes, unfortunately, you have to leave certain people behind. And that's our talking point coming up in just a short bit. Of course, I've got a few beautiful Islamic selections lined up as well. And I'll be taking you through to the live breaking of the fast this evening right here on 103.1 FM. I also must take the opportunity as well to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this evening is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Presidential Insurance Company Limited, Chief Brand Products Limited, The Price Club Supermarket, Top Gear Parts and Service, and City Furniture Limited. Well, at this point in the program, I now urge you to join me in a short opening prayer. All praises are due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the magnificent, the merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. O Allah, it is you do we worship, and from you only do we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed your favor, not the path of those who have evoked your anger, nor the path of those who have gone astray. Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Well, at this point in the program, we now get into our short lecture segment. And like I mentioned before, this evening we are talking about the idea that in order to move up in life, sometimes you have to leave certain people behind. And that's a very important concept as we go through the month of Ramadan, seeking spiritual growth, seeking to better ourselves in life. And that's a situation that unfortunately from time to time you will be faced with in life. So in life, while relationships are important, not all bonds are beneficial. And understanding when to let go can be a crucial step in your personal, your professional, and of course your spiritual growth as well. So why must you unfortunately leave some people behind? Well, quite simply because you prosper in life and they don't. Well, this is kind of one of the sad things about life, especially for high achievers, especially when you grow up and you think that so many people love you, they're on your team, they want you to be happy, they're rooting for your success, you're rooting for their success. And then as you start to do really well, especially when you do better than them, that's when usually the insults and the snickering and the snide comments start happening. And people that had been on your team initially from multiple decades, all of a sudden start becoming hindrances instead of a help for you to reach your potential goals. And the harsh reality is that most people want you to be happy and they want you to be successful, just as long as you are not happier and as long as you are not more successful than they are. And so people tend to attack. In other words, human beings tend to attack other human beings. They tend to attack in other human beings what the other human beings may have that they possibly may lack. So a happy person is going to get attacked by unhappy people. Successful people are going to get attacked by people that are unsuccessful. And if you are in a great relationship, you are going to get attacked by people that are not in a great relationship. And that, unfortunately, is the nature of this life that we are living in. So during the month of Ramadan, when you begin to make strides forward from a spiritual perspective, in some instances, the attacks will begin to come. Because what people are really looking to do is that they're looking to validate their life and their life choices through their friends, their family, and their peer groups. And if your star is shining really brightly and their star is kind of dim, unfortunately, a lot of them are going to try to dim your light because they don't like being reminded of how unsuccessful they are or how much their life is not going as well as yours and so on. So if they can knock you down a few notches or bring you down to their level, then that's going to make them feel a little bit better about their lives. And so as you take off and as you begin to grow, as you begin to move up the ranks in spirituality, unfortunately the reality of the situation is that you will have to leave certain people behind. And some of them because you're going to have to leave behind on purpose, because again, they may just get in the way. They become a downright obstacle. And eventually you will not be able to achieve the goals that you set out for yourself. So I say again, in order to move up in life, sometimes, unfortunately, you have to leave certain circles. You have to leave certain people behind. And this statement, I know, may sound a bit harsh at first, even selfish. But as we explore that particular concept, I'm pretty sure you will understand that it's not about arrogance, it's not about superiority, it's all about alignment, it's about growth, it's about boundaries, it's about recognizing that not everyone is meant to walk with you through every season of your life. So firstly, I want you to understand the nature of growth. What happens when you begin to move up the ranks in spirituality? What happens when you begin to move, when you begin to grow, so to speak? Well, first of all, growth changes you. As you grow mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or even professionally as well, your values, your priorities, and your visions will often begin to change. What once fulfilled you might no longer satisfy you. You may no longer relate to certain conversations. You may no longer relate to certain habits or even certain environments as well. Because the basic principle is growth itself requires change. And in some instances, change requires letting go of certain aspects of your life. It's important to also remember that everyone grows at their own pace. Not everyone in your life is on the same journey as you. Some may resist change, some may outright fear growth, or some may just quite simply cling to comfort zones. And trying to carry everyone with you can eventually become a burden that will hold you back. Secondly, it's very important to understand who are the people you may need to leave behind. And as you go through the month of Ramadan seeking spiritual growth, this is a very important point to take into consideration. Who are those people that you may need to leave behind? Number one, the naysayers. Those who constantly doubt your dreams. They constantly say that is impossible. Why can't you just be normal? Why can't you stay down to our level? And they constantly plant words of fear and insecurity in your heart and in your mind. Number two, the complainers. The energy vampires who are always focused on what's wrong. They complain, they blame, they never take responsibility. Their negativity is contagious and highly destructive. Number three, the complacent and the lazy. They have no ambition. Not only that, but even more detrimental is that they encourage others from aiming higher. They often say, just be grateful for what you have. And this is a subtle way to discourage you from growth in any area of your life. Category number 4, the users. People who are only around when they need something. They see your success as an opportunity for themselves, not a celebration of your hard work. So these are some of the categories that you will have to, unfortunately, leave behind if you need to grow from a spiritual level or any other level in your life. The third point you need to understand is, what is the cost of holding on to such people? The groups that we just mentioned before. Well, number 1, emotional drain. Carrying people who weigh you down can lead you to burnout, resentment, and of course self-doubt. Number 2, it will lead you to miss opportunities. The month of Ramadan is a beautiful, wonderful opportunity to grow spiritually. Staying loyal to the wrong circles of people, staying loyal to the wrong people can cause you to miss your calling. It will cause you to delay your progress, and that in itself can be very detrimental to you as well. Number 3, identity crisis. Trying to fit in with people who no longer align with your growth can eventually cause you to eventually betray your own self and your own goals and missions. You can't become who you're meant to be by staying who you used to be. The fourth point is that in order to grow positively, you will have to come to the realization that not everyone is meant to stay. Some people are in your life for a particular season, not for a lifetime. That season may have taught you something valuable. Appreciate it, but don't dwell in that particular season. Also, it may be better to love certain people from a distance. Leaving people behind doesn't mean that you hate them. It doesn't mean that you have to sever ties altogether. It means that you love yourself enough to protect your peace, to protect your purpose, to give yourself that space to be able to grow and move forward. And sometimes it's better to make room for the right people. When you remove certain individuals from your life, you then make room to attract new people. As you evolve, you attract new relationships that will eventually align with your values. New relationships that will support your vision and will challenge you to grow. And the fifth and the final point in relation to this particular topic is, what are the practical steps that you can take? How do you get yourself to leave these negative influences behind? Well, first of all, self-awareness is the key. Reflect often and ask yourself the question, who adds energy to your life and who drains it? Number 2, set healthy boundaries. Learn to say no without guilt. Your time, your energy, your resources are indeed precious. Number 3, surround yourself with growth-minded individuals. Join those circles, join those groups, attend those workshops that will help you to become a better person. Build a network of people who will challenge you, inspire you, and push you to greater heights. And number 4, accept the pain of transition. Sometimes letting go hurts, but I can assure you staying stuck hurts even more. So in conclusion, to move up in life, sometimes you must make the difficult but necessary decision to leave certain circles behind, certain people behind. It's not about thinking that you are better than anyone. It's about realizing that your destiny requires your full potential, and your full potential cannot be unleashed in environments that eventually will limit you. So as you rise, remember to release your guilt, embrace your growth, and walk boldly towards the future that you deserve. As you go through the course of the month of Ramadan, ask yourself, who in my life supports my growth? Who in my life resists my evolution? And am I willing to let go of what's familiar to step into what's possible? May Allah make it easy upon us, and may Almighty Allah continue to guide us towards all that is good in this life as well as in the life of the hereafter. Well, at this point in the program, I want to now share with you a beautiful Islamic rendition. After this particular rendition, we'll be coming back with the live breaking of the fast right here on 103.1 FM.
رمضان قد أهل بالصيام وأطل صيدا
I see you, that is what I ask. Allah, far across the distance and spaces between us, I want to see your face. Near, far, Rasulullah, I can't wait to be with you and hold you, beloved. Your love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime. Your sunnahs have helped me through my life. Ya Ilahi, you have blessed us with your prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Near, far, Rasulullah, I can't wait to be with you and hold you, beloved. I pray when I see you on that day, you will smile and call me.
Well, the time now in Trinidad and Tobago is 6:19 p.m. It's now time for the live breaking of the fast right here on 103.1 FM. The breaking of the fast this evening is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Presidential Insurance Company Limited, Chief Brand Products Limited, The Price Club Supermarket, Top Gear Auto Repairs, and City Furniture Limited. And once again, now that we have come to the end of the 7th day of fasting, the first week of fasting has now come to an end. We break our fast with a very special prayer, and that prayer is ذهب الظمأ وبطلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله تعالى اللهم لك صمت وعلى رزقك أفطرت. That the thirst is now gone, the veins are now moistened, and the reward will be from Allah if Almighty Allah wills. O Allah, for you I have fasted this day, and O Allah, I break the fast with the sustenance that you have provided for me. And of course, we pray most earnestly that Almighty Allah accepts our fasting this day. May Almighty Allah grant us our due reward in this life as well as in the life of the hereafter.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي
Dua after adhan. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وبعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. O Allah, Lord of this perfect call and this prayer to be established, grant Muhammad al-Wasila a high and special place in Jannah and al-Fadila a rank above the rest of creation, and raise him to a praise platform which you have promised him.
Presidential Insurance Company specializes in all classes of motor insurance. Presidential are also experts in fire and marine insurance and workmen's compensation. For total insurance coverage, think Presidential. Call or visit Presidential's main office at 54 Richmond Street, Port of Spain. Telephone 625-4788 or 625-4769. You may also visit any of their branches at Chaguanas, Couva, Curep, Point Fortin, Princestown, Pinal, Sangre Grande or San Fernando. Think insurance. Think big. Think Presidential now.
At the Price Club, they're always committed to excellence. They provide well-stocked lanes with grocery, gift and religious items, a vegetable and meat section, car care and household department, and a home and garden section. Their wide, spacious aisles provide you with an extremely convenient and comfortable shopping experience. And their friendly staff is always willing to assist you. Ample and secured on-site parking is available. The Price Club Supermarket, the low price leader, Ramsaran Street, Chaguanas.
For the best results, even professional bakers depend on the right baking powder, and so should you. Use Chief baking powder and add fluffy perfection to your bread, pastries and cakes. Make your roti, bara and pilari soft and light, and homemade bake that's nice and tender. And don't forget, Chief baking powder comes from a tradition of quality that the Chief brand is famous for.
Chief baking powder, the rise to perfection.
Yes, indeed, you have been listening to Iftaar with the Imam right here on 103.1 FM. As we're now coming to the end of this particular segment, I want to leave you with a parting piece of advice, and that's just to remind you that the time in the month of Ramadan is going by so very quickly. 1 week of the month of Ramadan already done and dusted, and sometimes you spend so much time sweating the small stuff, worrying, complaining, gossiping, comparing, and we forget to focus on the simple blessings that Almighty Allah has given to us. Life is so fragile, and all it takes is a single moment to change everything that you take for granted. So as you go through the course of the month of Ramadan, continue to focus on what is important and be grateful for the blessings of the Almighty. May Almighty Allah continue to bless us as we go through the course of this wonderful month of Ramadan. So as we are now coming to the end of the program for this evening, I want to take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this evening has been brought to you through the kind courtesies of Presidential Insurance Company Limited, Chief Brand Products Limited, the Price Club Supermarket, Top Gear Auto Repairs, and City Furniture Limited. Special salams and greetings of peace going out to you and yours for joining us on the program this morning. Thank you so much for the pleasure of your company. It was indeed an absolute pleasure to be in your company over the past half an hour or so. By all means, do catch me tomorrow evening from 6 p.m. and of course tomorrow morning from 3 a.m. with more special Ramadan programming right here on 103.1 FM. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safruz Ghani, signing out for this evening. Until we meet again, please do have an extremely blessed day, a blessed evening, stay safe, stay in the mercy of the Almighty. Much love, and may the peace, blessings and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. I see the red of my mother's love, the true blue of my father's hugs. I see the orange of my siblings' smile. I see the pink and the white of the love of my life, and the deep, deep green that all children bring are the coolness of my eyes. For Allah has given me